Hello guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. Alright, so we have another robot vacuum here. This is the tiny little brother of the L10s Ultra I reviewed a few weeks back. Can the D10s Plus keep up with the bigger brother? Well, that's for you to decide. But today in this video, we're going to talk about this guy. Now, the D10s Plus is the upgrade from the D10s I reviewed about a year ago. What's new for this model is it has a front-facing camera. They call it the AI camera, so it can recognize shoes, power cables like power strips, also socks that are laying on the ground. It can recognize bar stool style pedestals. Now, new for this model is the fact they designed the extractor bar. You have an all-rubber brush bar design. This is great for pet owners because it's really easy to remove the hair. Notice how large the brush bar is. I know some models I reviewed, they're a little bit smaller, but this guy is pretty easy to remove the hair. All you have to do is just pull the ends off, and look at this. This hair just comes right off. Very, very easy. No specialized tools required, no cutting tool. So I find these all-over brush bars are great for pet owners. Hey, how's it going guys? It's Nathan here and welcome back to my channel. Alright, so we have another vacuum for you guys. This is the Dreametech D10s Plus. Now, what's new for this model is it has a AI action camera system or obstacle avoidance combined with the new LiDAR sensor, which helps with navigation, helps with mapping. Now, unlike a lot of vacuums I've been testing which have self-emptying, self-washing, this one just mainly does self-emptying. There's no washing on board, but it can mop and vacuum simultaneously. Now, new for the D10s series is it has this camera system, so you can check in on your house, your loved ones, your pets, to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to, not chewing up your favorite socks or underwear. Okay, so let's go ahead and check this guy out and see what the D10s Plus is all about. I've always gotten excited with these robot vacuums because every year they seem to get more advanced and they seem to get cheaper. Okay, let's go and open up the top here. Looks like we just have some cardboard. Nothing too crazy. As you can see inside there, nicely labeled. We have the robot, we have the docking station, and the accessory box right here. Let's go and check out the accessory box. Oh, look at this, guys. This thing literally rolls out of the box. Wow, see that? Rolls out. A manual, a dust bag, a side brush, power cable, and mopping plate. Okay, we'll just open up the sides here. Okay, here's the quick start guide. Oh, it's like that. The instruction manual. Check that out. See what's inside. Very nice. Kind of wish it was colorful, but you know, black and white works. Kind of gives you the basic operations of these robot vacuums. Cool. Pretty long cable, so nice job. And it seems like it's pretty beefy. Sometimes these cables are a little flimsy, but Dreametech does a pretty good job with the quality. Here's a disposable dust bag. Looks like it's very large. I believe this is what, maybe 3 liters, maybe 3.5. So nice job. A mopping plate. Oh, I opened this thing. So basically, you fill the water right here. It just kind of magnetically clips in, and you can remove it from the sides right here. Now, one thing to note is it's not vibrating; it's just static. But overall, they're great for light mopping tasks. Dreametech did a pretty nice job with the paint scheme. It's like a darker silver with a lighter silver accent. You got your 3 buttons up top: spot clean, power, and return to home. This is your LiDAR sensor and it is clickable, so low-hanging furniture doesn't hit its nose. Open up the lid here. So this is the cleaning brush. It also has a cutting tool, very nice. You can even use it as a brush to brush off all that hair if you just got a haircut or something. Alright, let's check out the dustbin here. Fairly large dustbin. I believe this is 600 milliliters. Open up the side for you guys. As you can see in there. And also you got your filter right here. I think you just remove from the side. So just from the looks of it, I believe it is washable. I'll put an actual link right there to let you know for sure. Okay, last thing I want to show you is there's a QR code to scan with the camera so you can get the app. And you just remove these little bubble protectors. Alright, so new for this model is it does have the AI action camera system. It just has a front-facing camera, and I believe it can be used to avoid certain obstacles. You can spin the robot around. Looks like there's no side edge sensor, but usually these robot vacuums do a pretty decent job. So this is like a traditional robot vacuum. You got your clip sensors right here. Looks like we got 4 of them. Charging contacts, a front wheel caster. Now let's take a look at the extractor bar. This is kind of new. A lot of companies are going with the all low brush bar design. This is great for pet hair because just from previous experience, the hair gets wrapped around. It's really easy just to pull off. Now let's check the ends here, and they can get removed, which is very nice. Just makes it a lot easier to get the hair off of the ends here. So pet owners, I do recommend these all low brush bars. It's similar to like other models I reviewed, like the D10 and also the L10. You got these dual extractor ports. I think one is for the suction, one's for the air vent. See how that works exactly. If I show you, it looks like I believe this part is where the debris comes out, and this is the return airflow. You got your charging contacts, and let's check the back here. I do like the fact you can wrap the cable around right here, nice little cable organizer. Now, one thing I noticed is there's no physical buttons. Kind of wish there was like some buttons maybe to tell it to return to home, or maybe just to self-empty right here. That'd be a nice touch. Looks like we do have an extra bag, which just installs right here, and then down below is your vacuum motor. And it kind of tells you how to install everything. Okay, so let's go and get this charged up, and I'll give you my overview of the Dreametech D10s Pro. So just hold on 1 second.
Task completed. Returning to the dock to charge. Paused. Returning to the dock. Start charging. Start auto empty.
Okay, so just from my personal testings, I've had this guy for about a month or so. I think it's a pretty good upgrade over the original D10s. It's a little bit more powerful, around 5,000 pascals. Also, it has pretty good battery life. I believe they stay around 280 minutes on a slow power mode, which is more than enough to cover an entire house. If you have a pretty large house, I do recommend dividing up the areas in sections and just have it on its auto carpet boost mode. Now, optical avoidance did a pretty good job. It doesn't have a combination of laser or camera, it just uses a camera system, but it was able to recognize most of the obstacles. Keep in mind, it did struggle with like the water bottles, so clear objects and sometimes black objects. The vacuum may not see that, but other objects the D10s Plus was able to handle without any issues. Okay, part of the new feature is the camera system. It actually does two things. For one, in the map, you can actually see what the robot sees. So, for example, if it recognizes like a bar stool pedestal, or if it recognizes maybe a shoe or a sock, it will put that in the map. But I think the coolest feature is the little FPV or security camera built into it. So yes, if you're away from the house, you can drive around or you can have the robot patrol your house and you can check up on things like your loved ones, your pets to make sure they don't get into trouble while you're gone. Pretty cool feature, and I think a lot of these robot vacuums are going this route, adding a camera system to the robot vacuum. So you may notice that little mic icon. Yes, you can speak to the robot, so have a conversation with your pet. Alright, let's talk about the interface real quick. Now, like a lot of these robot vacuums, you do have live map tracking, and you do have a fast map option, so the robot vacuum can map out your floor plan fairly quickly within 5 or 10 minutes or so. Alright, so you can see the robot vacuum is cleaning my living room area, and you can see in real time where the robot vacuum is cleaning. Now, over time, the robot vacuum will recognize obstacles and will put it on a map. You do have the ability to click on that icon and see what the robot saw. So it's pretty cool. So for example, you're away, the robot vacuum happens to get stuck somewhere, it will let you know and you can actually view where the robot sees and fix that scenario. Alright, let's try and give you my recommendation. Overall, my personal experience with the D10s Plus, it's been pretty positive. Haven't really noticed any issues with the mapping process. I think they carried over from many years experience from the L10s to D10s and really brought over a pretty well rounded robot vacuum. Now keep in mind, this is more of a budget to maybe mid-range robot vacuum. It does have all the bells and whistles that the more expensive models have, like the L10s Ultra, or even like the new S7 Max V, that Roblox coming out, or even like the Q Revo. So if you want self-washing along with self-emptying, I definitely recommend those models. Now, what's nice about this model is the really long battery life. Like I said before, up to 280 minutes on a slow power mode, but you can balance that out with the carpet boost mode. So if you have a mixture of hardwood floors and carpeting, it's really nice to have that long battery life and be able to clean fairly well. When I was checking out the D10s, I felt like it was very similar to its younger brother, the D10, the regular version. So not a lot of difference here. One thing to note is this does not have any vibrating mopping pads. So if you're the type of person that does a lot of mopping, or if you have a fairly large house, I do recommend like the L10s Ultra, which has the self-washing and auto-refilling mopping. Now, if you don't do a lot of mopping, maybe you just want a good vacuum that just vacuums, cleans, well, the D10s Plus is a good option, especially if you have a lot of obstacles like the pesky kids putting their toys on the ground, or if, let's say, for example, you're on vacation, you want to check up on your house. This does have that onboard camera, so it does allow live video streaming. So if you want to save $250, definitely get the D10s. But if you want the ultimate vacuum, self-empty, self-washing, well, the 10s Ultra is a pretty good option here. And it's one of the cheaper self-emptying, self-washing robot vacuums on the market. Okay, so overall, performance-wise, haven't really noticed any differences from the previous generation. It's 5,000 pascals, so I've been pretty happy with the Dreametech performance, regardless what model you get. Alright, so thanks so much for watching. You have a great rest of your day. Be safe out there. And catch you guys next time. Adios.